What's up, boys and girls? Welcome back to the channel. It's one of those days where I'm like having a hard day getting out in the garage because it's minus 27 degrees Celsius outside without the wind chill, because that's a factor here because it's windy. So to start this video, we have to give a shout out to our newly joined members, the little button that's next to the subscribe button, which you should also hit anyways. So we have Rosato SVT, Spawn Fang GT, and Joshua Lee. So welcome to the channel, boys, and thanks for joining. If you guys haven't watched my last video, I did mention that we took Virginia's drawing that she drew for me, and we took the black and white version and we put it on a t-shirt. So it's available in black and white or white and black and in hoodies. So that should just be down here on the little Teespring link underneath the video. Anyways, I'm gonna get changed. We'll head out to the garage and we'll get some Mustang work done today. Now I have confirmed that I did fry my own ECU because this HP tuner cable does work on my car, my 2017 Mustang. Matt P in the comments kindly sent us another one. It's still in the mail. However, as of lately, I have been contemplating about getting a Holley HP. One, a standalone is just going to be way better for the car. It'd be great to learn on. It has a bunch of inputs, outputs if we want to use boost control, bump box, stuff like that. And it's going to be better to maximize what we have here. Now, I'm not going to go outright and buy one. I did message Holley and see if they would want to do some sort of sponsorship for the channel. So that's just in the works and seeing where we're going with that. So we're going to leave this for now. And then the second thing is that this harness is kind of garbage and I would have to get another harness anyways. So another factory harness like this is like $600, whereas like the Holley harness is $600. And then you see what I'm getting at here. If I'm going to spend the money, I might as well spend it the right way. So we did get a second 450 pump. However, I didn't get the install kit for it, so I got to get one of those. We got our dash 4 union fitting, and then I bought a bunch of relays for just regular automotive relays for wiring the fuel pump. So they're just cheap Amazon relays. So first up, we're just gonna half-ass throw this fan in here, and I want to see where our intercooler piping can go. I should probably like disconnect all this battery kit that I had on here. So let's zip tie that somewhere. So along with everything else in my life, my 3/4 coupler is still in the mail, so we'll just have to work around that. But we got to see what pipe is going to fit there good. I guess I could throw this pipe on here for now, just so we know she fits. Let's grab the bumper. Oh yeah, it's gonna fit in there. Perfect. This is like roughly-ish where the bumper's gonna sit, and then this fits in there pretty decently, actually. I can't see the screen, so I had to flip it around with my teeth. Lots of room. And our bump bracket's gonna come out over there. Do 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 do. I'm gonna take this off for now, getting in the way. Now I can't weld aluminum, so we're really just working with what we have, but I needed this U-bend to be like 4 inches wider. I mean, 4 inches wider. But yeah, so that was my plan. It's got to go down here in the bottom. So this one's gonna go in here. Probably tighten those. And then this one's gonna have to go over here somewhere, so maybe it was more than 4 inches that I needed. Okay, so nothing has clamps on it, and it might need a little bit more tweaking. But this is what we have. So off the turbo, we have our little 90 here. Comes into this 90, and then we got this 180 that we had to extend a little bit here. So ideally you'd want to weld this to these two, but whatever. It's tight enough that if I ever could get someone to weld it, that it would just weld and be this way anyways. Then it comes up to the 45 here, and then into our 90. No, we currently don't have a blow-off valve, but that's okay right now. I'm not too worried about it. So obviously that wasn't that bad. I still need our 4-to-3 coupler here, and I should probably bead roll somehow. I seen like a bead roll tool that you can build out of vice grip, so I might try that. But I should bead roll the pipes that I did have to cut. Overall, not bad. There's no room. Race car life. So next I'm going to attempt to take this shifter out. I forget how it comes off. I forget how I mounted it, really. It looks like it comes out from the bottom actually. So you have our shifter cable. And then the ratchet shifter as well from the Supra, and it's just like a regular B&M quick shifter, so it like forward a couple gears, backwards a couple gears, and it has a button. NOS, baby, NOS! NOS. How do you pronounce it? Probably like NOS, N-A-W-Z. Time to figure out how to get this off without breaking it all now. Even though it's not going to matter. May as well sit down and get comfy. And since there's no good tripod space in here, I'ma just do it, okay? Or I could put this up here and be like, just film myself while I'm on Instagram chilling out, taking a break. Super_Williams. So we got that stupid ass piece off here. That was a pain in the ass because I had to rip this harder than I would rip my own wiener. But are any of these the park neutral switch wires by chance? Ones I have to bypass to start the car with the key? Let me know. I'm gonna pull this off now. Now, I got this off. It just did fit on here like yay. However, instead of like rebuilding a thing, I decided to keep these tight and keep the seal here, so maybe we can just reuse that spot for this one. Huh. Cool. So let's get crafty here now. So we got this piece to pretty much fit in here right now. I wonder if I can hold this. Just go through the gears real quick here. So that's neutral, so first and then up. Yeah, it fits. Because that's park right there. Sorry. It went out of focus, but I can grind down these things too and move this shifter over a bit as well. See the things right next to the shifter? I can grind those down and move the shifter over as well. So I want to put the other piece on because I just want to see how close we can get. This piece. So that one's going to need some trimming. So this is about the best we're going to get in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the hole on this side. We're going to drill and tap that hole out and then remount it. And then drill and tap the other one too. So we've got it mounted in here. I just drilled and tapped some holes here. The bolts are long enough where I can put nuts on the bottom side too if I want to, but I mean, it's pretty sturdy in there. The next thing I have to do is drill a hole back here for the shifter cable to come through. That's how it's set up on my Supra anyways. So we're just gonna drill a hole here, run our shifter cable down through the floor, and then put the interior plastics back on. Sounds simple in theory, right? Always in theory. So the cable, like here. So somewhere there needs to be a hole. And then it has to be bigger. There we go, that's it. We have our cable run, it's down through the floor here, and that's about all the panel we can get. There is this other piece here, but it sits way too low to do anything with really, so we're gonna lose the Prindle machine. But that should be park, neutral, reverse, I think, something like that. And that's drive, neutral, first, second, third. It's actually a really nicely fit. Park. I know some shifters will work the other way where park is all the way forward, but that's just the way this one's set up when I run the cable backwards. And I run the cable backwards because it has to loop around the back of the transmission and then come to the side of the transmission to meet up with the linkage. Another day, another dollar. We got some stuff in. We have our 4-to-3 coupler that we did order. We got a couple of Heim joints. Now I did buy some threaded rod for these, except I bought the wrong threaded rod. These are 1/4x28, and then I bought 1/4x20, so it's kind of useless. So I bent it to get that V, right? Get that V. We bought some of these. It's just, I bought one of each, a ground and a battery one, and what I'm going to use this is for a switch to ignition, just so I have it all in one spot. I'll put them beside each other, and then I'll have a place to mount my grounds and switch ignitions if I want to add like gauges and like ECU power, all that bullshit. We got this for our fuel pump. It's a -10 to 6 if we want to run from -6 right from the pump for now, because I don't have the fuel filter yet. Another T4 gasket because ours was cake. So this was like $130, which is cheap insurance on the one blowing up. I haven't actually looked at it yet. But this is the one that adapts the LS to the Turbo 400 converter. So we need this. And then we got some flat stock down here to finish building our trans mount. And we got a 3-inch muffler clamp, and this is going to be to build our bead rolling tool. Since we don't have a bead rolling tool, and I don't want to spend a lot of money on a bead rolling tool, what we're going to attempt to do is get something on the end like this. So we put the couplers on, and then we apply boost to it. I mean, it's supposed to stay on with the clamp, but this is just extra insurance. So we got our 3-inch exhaust piece. That's going to go on the outside. Then we're going to cut this piece, a piece out of it, and put it on vice grips. And then when you squeeze down on it, theoretically, this piece should go inside this piece and make a little notch. So I'm going to cut a piece off this, and then this, we're going to weld to some vice grips, and let's see what we can do. So this gets welded onto that. So this pair of vice grips, literally like 10 years old, so I'm not too concerned about ruining them. Here's our tool. When you press down, it's gonna need a little shaping because this is 3 inches, this big piece, but the outside circumference of this is not 3 inches, but the inside is, so the curve is gonna be a little bit too great. I'm gonna have to like grind it down a bit, I think. I don't know, let's try a piece of pipe. Yeah, it's gonna need to be ground down a bit, I think. Yeah, okay, I got a little bit of work to do. So after a little redesigning and reshaping, we ended up with like a way smaller piece. And I'm gonna try it here on this. I mean, it makes a little bump on the end there. Maybe I'll rework this and make it into a bigger point. Let me try a new piece of metal. So we'll try this piece instead because it's like I didn't test on it yet. So, get it on the edge. I mean, it makes a bump. It could be way worse. We'll give that a go, I guess.
Fuck it!
So I'm going to take a little bit of time here. I'm going to disassemble my intercooler piping. I'm going to bead roll the end of it and put it all together, including our little last 90. Also, I failed to mention in the earlier part, but those little Heim joint things are what I'm going to actually use to support the turbo. Yeah, I failed to mention that. And yes, I'm going to deburr the insides and clean the pipes out with parts cleaner. So. There. It's definitely not perfect, but we got T-bolt clamps on everything. We had to use a regular worm clamp on the top here. I'll have to get a proper sized one. But we have clearance everywhere. I don't like how many connections we had to use, but whatever. Budget build. Yeah, I think this is where I leave you for now. That took me a long time. That was like my shoulder's actually sore from doing this because I didn't want to use impact gun because I thought I was going to break them because they're just cheap Amazon ones. But that's our intake piping. Eventually we'll put a blow-off valve here somewhere, I guess. Don't have one currently. Not too concerned. And I'm actually really hard leaning into getting a Holley HB ECU. Just because I really hate this wiring harness. I mean, that's probably the biggest thing. And with the Holley HP, you can buy the 5-inch digital dash as well, and a plate that like fits exactly for the Mustang too. So that's kind of cool because we could retain a lot of gauges and instruments that we really need. And as much as I say this is an eBay budget build, I know it's going to expand and grow further than that. One day I would eventually probably like to put twin turbos on it, like twin small turbos, like 60 mils or something. But I want to get a TIG welder and I want to be able to start fabricating my own stuff on it. That's kind of what this build is going to be. But we're just going to get it running for now. Next time I come out, I plan on building the transmission mount. So Andrew Hem was really nice enough to send us a torque converter. However, it did get lost in the postal system. He went to the post office. They said it's lost. They're going to refund him back to shipping. So, I mean, the thing that we were waiting for the most is not coming at all ever because it's lost. So we're gonna have to refind a torque converter now. That's probably like the biggest expense left besides an ECU if we go with that. But right now the stock ECU is gonna get us going and running. But that's what we're waiting on now. So I need to get a torque converter. The Turbo 400 yoke for the drive shaft is actually at the post office now. So there's not much else. I have to hook up the shifter, put a torque converter in it, put the drive shaft in it, fluids, a tune, and the fuel system, and we can go drive this thing. I have to put the front end back together too because the A-arms are half on this thing, half on that thing, but like Shit, it's getting close, guys. I know this episode's probably really short, and I've seen a lot of people on YouTube make a lot more content with less videos. Like every big YouTuber. But thank you guys for staying around. I enjoy you guys. Peace easy. Get that V.